Right now it's 6, breaking ground on a new state-of-the-art distribution center in West Salem.
And it's the first day of spring turkey hunting, but a warm winter means hunters will want to be extra careful for ticks this year.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. No one is hurt after a bonfire in Viroqua this morning. According to Viroqua Fire Chief Chad Burris, dispatch received a call of a barn fully engulfed in flames around 11 this morning. Shortly after crews arrived, the second floor of the barn collapsed, deeming it a total loss. Now, no one was hurt, but there were a few chickens in the barn. Westby, Lafarge, and Reedstown fire departments assisted in putting out the blaze.
Some fallen power lines shut down I-94 near Osseo this afternoon. The downed equipment blocked both lanes of traffic. This DOT cam footage shows the long line of cars waiting for those power lines to be cleared. Some cars and even a school bus headed in the other direction. One car even getting stuck in the mud. The road was cleared in about an hour and a half after the closure.
Well, we had a very overcast Wednesday today, a little warmer, and it looks like, excuse me, no, actually it was a little cooler.
It was
Greg.
a little
Sorry.
cooler. I'm like,
it was a little cooler. Sorry, no,
I wasn't feeling
you.
it.
Yeah.
You know.
It was cooler, and it's expected to drop even a little bit more this week, Greg.
Yeah, temperature-wise wasn't too different from yesterday, but yeah, just a little bit cooler. But we had more cloud cover. The winds did pick up briefly. A little bit of rain earlier, but that's not going to be the story here. We do have one more batch of rain coming through for the morning commute, but then wind will be the story. But for right now, it's cloud cover still out there. We are seeing breaks to the west. I'll show you that in a second. So I think we'll see some clearing, partial clearing skies, but right now, not too bad in the 50s for both locations. There's your satellite right now. There is some breaks further to the west. All the precipitation is pushed to the east. So we just got this low cloud cover that's hanging, but it should begin to break up. Overall temperatures are pretty much in the 50s to upper 40s for most of the area. And that's a story throughout this evening, going back down to the upper 40s. Lighter winds for La Crosse. We will see more clearing skies. It won't last overnight long, but we will see that. For Eau Claire, the winds have dropped back off after being quite strong here earlier today. We're back down to the mid 40s and partial clearing too once again. Then as you see the sky cover, it is going to briefly kind of break up overnight, but that's not going to last long. We do have another system that'll be approaching here late tomorrow morning. About 4 to 5, we'll see some precipitation start to come in. We'll kind of break that down. You're going to have a wet morning commute for probably most of the area. But then Friday's going to be coming a little bit different change. Some wind and some definitely colder temperatures that we haven't seen for a while. So I'll break all that down and show you what the weekend looks like a bit later in the broadcast.
all right, sounds like a plan. Thanks, Craig. Well, it's the first day of turkey hunting season. While hunters venture into the forest, they should be on the lookout for ticks.
News 8 Now's Allison Fergut explains why there's a higher chance a tick could carry illnesses like Lyme disease this time of year.
A warm winter meant an earlier start to the tick season this year. And with most ticks now at the adult stage of their life cycle and having the chance to move around earlier this year, it means there's a higher chance they could be carrying diseases. It's something that hunters, hikers, and forest lovers alike should be keeping in mind this spring. Early spring, when the Midwest sees an uptick in reported tick bites.
Ticks will start kind of coming out and looking to feed as soon as we hit about 40 degrees. And really, anytime there's not snow on the ground, there can be ticks out.
Thanks to warm weather this year, ticks got an early start to their season.
They've been active since early February, and they are still active now.
Lee surveys ticks throughout Wisconsin. He says so far, tick numbers are pretty normal, but serious tick-related health emergencies are happening earlier.
Not surprisingly, with the early start to the deer tick season, we also saw an earlier number of visits to the emergency department as well.
Now that most ticks in Wisconsin have reached their adult stage, it can be both a good and bad thing.
They're a little bit bigger. They're a little bit easier to spot. On the other hand, the Lyme disease rate can actually be higher because they've had a chance to have multiple blood meals at that point.
With mature ticks being more likely to carry diseases, Hillstrom says it's crucial to prevent them from latching on.
The first thing is just long pants and a long sleeve shirt. The less chance they have to get to your skin.
He also recommends checking your body for ticks after being in the forest, taking a shower when you get home, and throwing your clothes in the dryer for 10 minutes. If you were bitten and are worried you contracted a tick-borne disease, there are a few things to look out for. more, like a fever and other flu-like symptoms. And of course, the most recognizable one.
About 80% of the people who get bitten by a tick, they normally develop that bullseye rash.
If you think you've picked up a disease, you should visit your doctor. Hillstrom says there was roughly 5,000 cases of Lyme disease last year in Wisconsin. And he adds that the CDC estimates that the actual number could be 10 times that due to underreporting. In La Crosse, Allison Ferget, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Allison.
A Republican candidate has officially begun a campaign for Wisconsin's 95th Assembly District. Monroe County Board Chairman Cedric Schnitzler announced his candidacy in Sparta this afternoon. Schnitzler has spent several decades in local government and also ran a dairy farm for 30 years. He says Madison needs to start looking out for Western Wisconsin's blue-collar workers, and that policy in Madison needs to be from the bottom up, not top down.
Blue-collar workers are being pinched at the kitchen table, and we need to get some tax relief to those working-class blue-collar workers in Wisconsin.
Schnitzler says the state also needs to act on cleaning up PFAS and investing in rural broadband. Now, the 95th district under the new maps includes most of La Crosse and a good chunk of Monroe County, including Sparta and Cashton.
The Wisconsin Supreme Court is hearing a case that could reshape how the state government functions. Governor Evers previously filed a lawsuit against the Republican-controlled legislature. The lawsuit cites dozens of conservation projects the legislature's Joint Finance Committee has blocked despite governor approval. Evers claims the Joint Finance Committee is violating the separation of powers and has become a fourth branch of government. Evers and the JFC continue to clash, most recently over PFAS. This committee has not released money that is already approved in the state budget to battle the forever chemicals.
A Wisconsin lawsuit says voters with disabilities should be able to vote electronically. Several voters with disabilities filed the suit this week. They argue electronic absentee voting should be an option for those voters, and that not providing those options is both discriminatory and unconstitutional. Current state law provides that option only for military and overseas voters. The lawsuit argues since most absentee voting is on a paper ballot, voters with disabilities can't vote without assistance. The plaintiffs say the electronic option would allow those people to vote privately.
New affordable senior housing is coming to La Crosse by the end of the year. River Point District and MSP Real Estate held an informational meeting today about the new residents. The Driftless Senior Apartments will be the newest affordable senior apartment community in La Crosse. 100 units will be available to seniors who qualify, as well as 20 workforce townhomes. The apartment complex is expected to open this winter.
First Companies is breaking ground for its new state-of-the-art distribution center in West Salem. The upcoming 308,000 square feet facility will include an HVAC training center and is expected to create 100 new job opportunities in western Wisconsin. First Companies says automation and robotics will be part of the center's operations, and that technology is quite impressive.
It's the neatest thing. It's called Exotech, and there are little robots that look like Roombas that go up and down the aisles and grab the product, bring it to the packer, and shoot out for their next order to come. It's really cutting-edge technology that we're really proud to be part of.
The distribution center is expected to be done in early 2025.
Boeing in the hot seat on Capitol Hill today.
This coming after several recent incidents involving the safety of their planes.
We've all seen what's happening at our border. President Biden and Senator Baldwin's open border policy has brought more than 10 million illegal immigrants into our country. That's double the population of Wisconsin. Our country was already struggling to provide housing and health care to our citizens. And tragically, we're losing over 100,000 Americans a year to the drugs that pour over our open border. Their policy is wrong. I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message, and I'll work to fix this problem.
Isn't it time you turn your backyard into the oasis you've always wanted? Come to La Crosse Fireplace Company and find your outdoor setup. Imagine gathering with family and friends around your wood-fired pizza oven. Sit back and relax around your new fire table. Available in different sizes and styles to fit your lifestyle and budget. Stop in this month and receive 15% off all in-stock outdoor products. La Crosse Fireplace Company, because your place is outside by the fire.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
Boeing safety practices were front and center on Capitol Hill today, with 2 overlapping hearings focused on the airplane manufacturer.
Yeah, Boeing has been under intense scrutiny since a door panel fell off an Alaska Airlines jet mid-flight earlier this year. Michael George reports from New York.
The whole truth and nothing but the truth.
At a Senate hearing Wednesday, a Boeing whistleblower testified the company hid problems with the production of its 787 Dreamliner.
Effectively, they are putting out defective airplanes.
Boeing quality engineer Sam Salapour claimed pieces were pushed together with excessive force to make it appear there were no gaps, making the aircraft vulnerable to breaking apart.
I literally saw people jumping on the pieces of the airplane to get them to align.
Boeing refutes those claims, saying in a statement that extensive and rigorous testing of the fuselage have found zero evidence of airframe fatigue, adding that it's confident in the safety of the 787 Dreamliner. While the FAA is investigating the claims, its oversight of the company is being called into question.
Would it be fair to say that the FAA has been too captive to Boeing?
They absolutely have been too captive to Boeing.
Boeing has come under intense scrutiny since a door panel fell off one of its 737 MAX jets mid-flight earlier this year.
Why did a mechanic install the door and walk away, leaving it in that condition?
At a separate Senate hearing, industry experts described a disconnect between management's messaging about safety and the reality facing factory workers.
They hear safety is our #1 priority. But what they see is that that's only true as long as your production milestones are met. And at that point, it's push it out the door as fast as you can.
Among those testifying, MIT aerospace engineer Javier De Luis, whose sister was killed in the Boeing 737 MAX 8 crash in Ethiopia in 2019. The expert panel issued a report that found despite improvements made after that crash and an earlier crash in 2018, the company's approach to safety remains flawed. Michael George, CBS News.
No Boeing representatives attended today's hearings.
A spokesperson said the company is cooperating with the lawmakers' investigation.
Altoona is one of the fastest growing cities in the state.
But that growth is creating pressing needs when it comes to public safety.
And our temperatures for the last couple of weeks has been pretty much above average, but that is going to change for Friday and this week. And I'll tell you how far below average will go, along with what those winds look like for your Friday. All that coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
I remember coming home from school and pounding on the door, but my mother wouldn't answer. She'd be passed out inside. You know, my mother had a drug abuse problem. She struggled with addiction to prescription pills her whole life. But today with fentanyl, one pill, just one pill can kill. So I've worked with Republicans to stop the flow of fentanyl that's poisoning families across Wisconsin. I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message. This fight hits close to home.
You just have to get in the seat of a John Deere 1 Series tractor. Not because of how easy it is to use, or because of our expert dealers. Not even because it has implements for every job. You just have to get in the seat, because breaking ground on your dream home feels pretty great.
Visit Tractor Central, take a seat, and see for yourself why nothing runs like a Deere. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
You made a cow. Actually, it's a piggy bank. My inspiration to start saving.
How about a more solid way to save?
I'm listening.
Well, BMO helps get your savings habit into shape with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward?
And there's a cash bonus when you open a new checking account to get you started.
Wow. Anything you can't do?
Mugs.
BMO.
This day and age, we spend way too much time scrolling. Instead, join us for some horseplay at the Midwest Horse Fair. Check out insane tricks, hundreds of horses, clinicians, amazing eats, and spectacular shopping. And entertainment like you've never seen, IRL. Sorry, ask your kids what IRL is.
It's the great Midwest Horse Fair.
Join us at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison, April 19th through the 21st.
Cooley Carpet has always been more than just carpet, and now the name will reflect that. Cooley Floors and Design. Along with the brand new name, there's a fresh new look to the showroom. Don't worry, Cooley Floors and Design still has the same great team at the same convenient location. Ready to elevate your space? The design consultants will take the time to discuss your dreams, needs, and your budget. Cooley Floors and Design will accompany you through every step, from expert advice to professional installation. Visit Cooley Floors and Design on Mormon Cooley Road for a fresh new look.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Population growth in Altoona means there's been a higher demand for both firefighters and police officers.
Currently, the fire department and police station share a building, but the lack of space has become challenging, causing them to relocate.
The current fire and police department are located at Spooner Avenue, but recently the city acquired the county shops building next door, creating more space.
The other location will be on Bowers Street in Eau Claire. Chief Renderman says this will help cover other parts of the city with more efficiency.
Two stations will help us cover some of the other parts of the city a little bit more efficiently and effectively than what we could do previously. But we are glad to be able to work with our other department heads in order to make this happen.
Chief Renderman says they plan to be moved into the new locations by the end of the month.
The ultimate goal is to acquire enough funds to build an entirely new fire department facility.
Well, another cloudy one today, and I made the mistake of wearing shorts during the early afternoon walk with the dogs.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be a touch warmer.
Right, and it
miscalculated.
wasn't. It's cooling down there.
Yeah, we did cool down just a little bit here, but you'll notice the temperature come Friday. It definitely will be colder, really. The big picture shows us swirl in the clouds. That low extends all the way up to Canada. That's the one responsible for our precipitation, almost severe weather we had yesterday. It's beginning to leave here, the area, but there's a system out to the west, and that's the one that's going to be probably to head our way overnight, and that's the one that will provide a little bit of precipitation for the Thursday morning commute. And that's what we're really looking for. It's just mainly Thursday morning, could linger a little bit in the afternoon. Windy and especially cooler or even colder, depending on how you feel. These temperatures are definitely going to be taking a drop Friday, and those conditions will continue this weekend, along with some possibility, some frost or freeze at night, given the setup. But for tonight, it's just a little bit of partial clearing. It won't last that long, just for a few hours, but then there's that system out to the west, quickly spreads over precipitation after 4 a.m. for some areas. Every area will probably see that precipitation by 6 to 7, some light rain for the morning commute. Could be a little pockets of moderate rainfall further south. If you go further north in Eau Claire, probably won't see much in the way of rainfall, or it'll just be a brief period. And then by the time we get to about 9 areas to the north, we'll start seeing it kind of stop. This area to the south of La Crosse, including La Crosse, will continue probably for a few more hours, and then areas just further south towards Prairie du Chien may see it linger into the afternoon hours. Otherwise, we should start seeing some partial clearing as we go through the afternoon and the evening hours with that west wind picking up. Temperatures pretty much getting back up into the 50s, a little bit below average, and then Thursday evening looks dry. The winds will pick up a little bit. We'll be back in the 40s. So it's just a small period that we're going to see the rain, but it will pick up maybe a quarter to a half inch. It does fall apart a little bit, so it's a little bit more higher amounts as you go further west of the area, like in Austin, maybe a half to 3/4, and then as you go further north, it will drop off quite a bit to less than a tenth or even a trace as you go up to Ladysmith too. So that's the rainfall we're looking at. But the story going into Friday is the cold front that'll pass to the north. Notice the clouds up there, but notice the blue too. That is the snow with that. So some places all the way up to Duluth, Superior, and the UP are going to see some flakes of snow for Friday behind this with this cold air mass. We're going to see the winds, the clouds come through, but the winds will be the story, and the temperatures will struggle to get out of the 40s, especially further north they go. The winds picking up Friday morning will be breezy commute, 15 to 20, but by noon, these are gusts, potentially 35 to 40 gusts. In the afternoon, it'll continue through about 4 to 5, and then we'll see them start to back off. So that's the story for Friday, especially going into Friday afternoon. By the time we get to Friday evening, it'll probably start backing off a little bit, but still expect maybe breezy conditions for Friday activities, maybe even windy, depending where you are. That, along with temperatures, will probably be struggling to stay in the 40s by that time. But for tonight, should be some rain coming late, but probably not till after 4. So most of the night should be dry. Temperatures getting back down into the 40s. That rainfall really is in the morning, lasting a little longer, maybe towards the afternoon for areas to the south. We should be back into the 50s. The winds won't be a problem. But once we get past Thursday, then the wind will be the story on Friday, along with the temperatures struggling to get to 50 degrees. Those cold conditions will continue on Saturday. Sunday looks the best of the 2 days, although it'll start off cold, and then next week get back into the 60s, maybe some rain chances. We should be around 60 this time of year, so you'll definitely feel it Friday and Saturday, along with, if you go further north, maybe a few flakes of snow.
Oh, I don't like that.
No.
He's a realist.
It's the
though.
season. It's April, so.
Does it have to be the season?
Yes.
No, that's the thing. Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the Brewers trying to avoid a sweep at the hand of the Padres in Milwaukee. Plus, the Holman High School Auditorium jam-packed with athletes making their next chapter official. Rob's got it all next.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. Buy anything in the store at our Wesco price and get the second item half off. That's right, buy one, get the second for half price with free white glove delivery and setup this month only at Wesco in Sparta.
Asher Laston Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted retractable awning and solar screen experts. Sonesta retractable awnings and solar screens protect you from the harsh sun. With over 150 fabrics to choose from and the largest sizes available, you can create shade to match your home and style. Save up to 20% with zero down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with Sonesta retractable awnings, brought to you by Asher Laston Exteriors.
It's our lowest prices of the season at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Right now, shop unbeatable deals on the things you need for spring. Like $250 instant savings on this new Cub Cadet Hydro Lawn Tractor. Stock up and save on 20-pound bags of Blaine's brand Easy Scoop cat litter, 4 for $24. And get a free bag of Estate garden fertilizer when you buy a bag of new Estate Premium 4-in-1 lawn treatment. Don't miss our lowest prices of the season in-store or online at farmandfleet.com.
In the aftermath of an accident, you think it needs to be big and bad to call an attorney. What you don't realize is that perhaps it is big and bad, and you just can't see it or can't see it yet. But as time passes and it becomes clear that you are going to live with your injuries for the rest of your life, you realize, oh, it was bad. Calling Schwabel, Getz & Sieben right away was the best thing I ever did.
You need an experienced attorney on your side. Schwabel, Getz & Sieben.
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. Buy anything in the store at our Wesco price and get the second item half off. That's right, buy one, get the second for half price with free white glove delivery and setup this month only at Wesco in Sparta.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
Playing college sports is the goal for many of our area high school athletes, and a lot of them made that next step official this afternoon. Let's start at Holman High. 17 athletes signing their letter of intent. We begin with Trinity Horseman. She's headed to UW Oshkosh to play golf. Sydney Valiska is staying close to home. She'll pursue track and cross country at UWL. Calvin Gilbertson is headed to UW Eau Claire to pursue his baseball career as a member of the Blue Golds. Ava Foster is headed to Madison Technical College. She plans to join the Wolfpack on the pitch to play soccer. Melissa Hoff has been busy all off-season preparing for her next step as she plans to pursue volleyball at UW Superior. Hoff's teammate Izzy Jar is staying close to home. She'll be with the V-Hawks powerhouse volleyball squad of Viterbo. Multi-sport athlete Olivia Schneider will take her talents to Winona State University and join the Warriors soccer team. Ava Werner signing her letter of intent to pursue track and cross country at Bemidji State University. Preston Cradaville isn't going too far. He'll hit the wrestling mat at UW La Crosse. This one sounds fun. Ethan Archer headed to Missouri Valley College to pursue bronco riding. Let's ride. Love it. Madeline Hall plans to hit the mat at UW Stevens Point. She joins the Pointers wrestling team. Sam Horseman headed to Loras College to pursue track and cross country. Lucas Martin is headed to Marion University to join the bowling team. Colin Mosser is going to UW Platteville to join the track and field squad. Jaden Roden Staying in the area, she joins the Eagles track and field team at UWL. Isaac Rollins will hit the pitch at UW Stout as he commits to join the Blue Devils soccer squad. And last but not least, Luke Table is going to UW Eau Claire to pursue golf with the Blue Goals. A couple of big signings at Onalaska as well. 2 standout athletes making their next chapter official this afternoon. Friends, family, coaches, fellow teammates on hand to show their support for Blake Bernstad and Evan Anderson. Bernstad is headed to St. Paul, Minnesota as he commits to St. Thomas to run cross country and track, while Anderson is headed to D1 program South Dakota, where he plans on hitting the hardwood in the Summit League. For those Coyotes, the future extremely bright for all of our exceptional athletes. And that's not all. We'll have a lot more signings coming up tonight. 10 athletes from Logan High, as well as 9 from Caledonia. Brewers looking to avoid being swept by the Padres. Plays like this will definitely help. Abner Uribe keeping this one scoreless. Runner on third, but Uribe is an athlete. What a strike over to first. Good defense leading to good offense. Bottom 8, Brewers finally break through. Blake Perkins coming up clutch again. Base hit to left. Bryce Terang races home from second. Milwaukee gets on the board. That's all they need. 1-0 the final. Brewers get back in the win column. You were worried yesterday about the pitching.
Yeah.
I think the pitching is fine.
That was fantastic.
You don't even need to announce a starter.
It was basically a bullpen day today.
That's all you need. Maybe you shouldn't do that from now on.
Yeah.
Keep it a surprise.
Yeah.
Keep the
Just
starter
always
a
keep all of us guessing.
Exactly.
Yeah, it worked out.
It did.
All right.
A lot of athletes coming up tonight. 19 more.
Yeah.
10 from Logan,
Wow.
9 from Caledonia.
Exciting day.
Yep.
All right, good
Thanks,
stuff.
Rob.
You got it.
All right, more news after this.
At Bygoff and Rohde, we know reputation is important, and it can affect your case's outcome. If you want your case to be taken seriously, you need lawyers who are taken seriously. Bygoff and Rohde, serious injuries need serious lawyers.
Spring has sprung, the grass has riz. I wonder where the furniture is. At King Furniture, of course.
During our spring clearance event, save an additional 10% off our already low prices. Plus, take advantage of 0% free financing, recliners, sofas, sectionals, dining rooms, and more. With our huge selection of in-stock furniture, low price guarantee, and free delivery, why shop anywhere else?
It's the King Furniture Spring Clearance Sale.
Introducing the revolutionary Elite Window, available exclusively at Clear Choice.
Experience ultimate comfort and energy savings with this cutting-edge window.
With its unparalleled airtight seal that's 97% better than industry standards, you can say goodbye to drafts and hello to savings on your energy bill.
Upgrade your home with the Elite Series windows this month with our buy 3, get 1 free sale. Elite Series window, bringing you the best in energy, efficiency, and comfort. Call Clear Choice today.
Is your personal injury lawyer trying to sell you a settlement that you don't think is fair? You need a lawyer who won't settle your case just to move on to the next one. Get the full compensation you deserve. Get Bygoff and Rohde.
All right, there's a rain chances really ramp up in the morning, and especially further south you go. By the time we get to noon, a lot of areas will be dry. Otherwise, the bigger story going into Friday is going to be the wind, the temperatures. They'll linger into Saturday. Frost freeze overnight definitely is going to be a concern, especially if you planted anything out there to keep in mind. Otherwise, next week back to 60s with some rain chances for Earth Day into Tuesday and then beyond.
Not too shabby.
Not too bad.
Yeah. 30s and come on.
Yeah, he's saying,
the overnight.
he's saying frost, 20s.
You'll be
not
asleep.
things we want to, yeah,
It'll be the overnight hours. You'll be all
I'm
right.
always working.
All right, thank you for
24/7.
joining us. We'll see you at 10.
Rob never